That's a great question, because what I think people don't understand is, for the last several decades, if the smart investor just went into passive investments. If you had an S&P index and you invested 30 years ago, you outperformed pretty much any money manager, or most money managers anyway. And all you had to do was buy an index fund, which didn't have high management fees. It was a least costly, and it gave you great returns. And that was because interest rates went from 15% down to almost zero. If you get the opposite, where you go from 0 to 15, the the indexes are going to struggle, because the index multiples are going to, market multiples are going to get compressed. Even if you have dynamics within the index where, they're going to own some of the things that are performing, but they're going to be heavily weighted in last cycle's winners. So you can have all kinds of tech in there. You're going to have, all kinds of healthcare in there, and consumer staples and consumer stocks. And that's not going to be the winners of the next cycle. So you're, at least for the first several years, the weightings in the passive are holding you back, right? They're getting crushed because the multiples are getting squeezed. And that's not being made up for, because the stuff that are the winners are still low weightings in the indexes, because they were last cycle's losers, or, not the winners anyway. So it really is going to be a situation where, after 30 years or more, investors are going to have to change how they see things, because if they just say, I'm doing business as usual, I'm fully invested, I just stay in my indexes, they're all of a sudden going to say, my indexes aren't performing, I'm getting hurt. And they're talking to their neighbor, or some guy at work, and he's saying, yeah, well, I'm buying commodities and I'm killing it. So, I'm buying commodity producers and, precious metal and mining companies and stuff, and I'm doing great. And you'll see a gradual shift. That's how cycles work, is you don't have everybody moving at once. You'll see it gradually shift over the cycle. And then by the time you get to the end of the decade, I think you'll see, the indexes will be heavily weighted towards industrial and commodity, and underweighted in tech and healthcare.